Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, December 14, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. DePaul vs Illinois, Chicago. In DePaul's 62-55 win over Louisville, they pulled out the win despite not holding a significant edge in the shooting department. For the game, they connected on 36.0% of their 66 field goal attempts, compared to at Louisville at 31.0%. From behind the arc, the team attempted 28 three-point shots, 7 more than their usual amount. However, with the increased number of looks from deep, they saw their shooting percentage drop to 21.0%, compared to their season average of 33.0%. On their way to a win, the Blue Demons won the turnover battle by a margin of 15-13. They also walked away with an advantage on the boards, grabbing 47 rebounds compared to 45 for Louisville. Our first betting advice is to pick Illinois Chicago plus 10. Luke Yaklick's squad enters the week ranked number 271 in the latest KenPom rankings after snapping their 5-game slide over the weekend. The Flames rank 257th in the country with an adjusted 96.7 offensive rating. They've shot just 30.4% from beyond the arc, 264th in the country, and only 61.9% from the free throw line as a team, 348th in the nation. Our second betting advice is to pick over 142.5. Georgia State vs Mississippi. The Georgia State Panthers are 5-3 on the season, but they don't really have a signature win yet. They have wins over some place called Bruton Parker, Northeastern, William & Mary, High Point, and something called Voorhees College. They were favored in all of these games. Their losses are to Richmond, who beat them 94-78, and Rhode Island, who destroyed them 94-59. They also lost to Mercer College. They were underdogs against Richmond and Uri, but did not cover in either game, nor did they cover against Mercer as they were 2-point favorites. Our first betting advice is to pick Mississippi State Bulldogs -9. The Bulldogs are 156th in the nation in scoring average, with 73.1 points per game on the season. Mississippi State is 51st in rebounding by collecting 40.2 boards per contest and hand out 13.6 dimes per game, which is 169th in the nation. The Bulldogs have been decent on the defensive end, ranking 58th in scoring defense by allowing an average of 62 points per game. Iverson Maliner is leading the team with 16.6 points, 3.7 rebounds and 4.9 assists a game this season. Tolu Smith, 13.3 points, 8.3 rebounds, Garrison Brooks, 11.4 points, 7.1 boards, and Shaquille Moore, 10.8 points, are capable secondary scoring options. DJ Jeffries, Javian Davis, Cameron Matthews, Rocket Watts, Anderson Garcia, Cam Carter and Derek Fountain are all looked at for solid minutes in Coach Ben Howland's rotation. Mississippi State is shooting 46.2% from the floor as a team on the year. The Bulldogs are knocking down 6.8 triples per game while shooting 34.9% from beyond the arc. Mississippi State has been average at the free throw line this season, hitting just 72.3% of their chances. Our second betting advice is to pick over. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Arizona State vs Creighton. In their win over Grand Canyon 67-62, DJ Horne was one of 4 Sun Devils to score in double figures with 14 points. The Illinois State transfer Horne leads the team averaging 13.2 ppg. Super senior Kamani Lawrence had a double-double with 14 points to match his season-high 14 rebounds. The win would come as a shock when looking at just box scores, as they were outshot percentage-wise from the field and from 3. The foul line proved enormous in the win, as the Sun Devils shot 26-28 from the charity stripe. This could be a trap game of sorts for Creighton, which will open the Big East season with a home game against No. 9 Villanova later this weekend. The Blue Jays are also fresh off of the best win of the season, so it wouldn't be a surprise to see them experience a letdown here. On the other hand, Arizona State has been trending up following a slow start to the season. The Sun Devils have beaten teams ranked in the top 125 in each of their last 2 games. In Creighton's last game, the 83-71 over BYU was achieved in part to a tremendous first half. They led BYU by 18 at the half and kept them at arm's length the remainder of the game. Ryan Hawkins tied his season high with 25 points, which matched his total from the previous game against Iowa State. He shot 50% from deep, knocking down 4 of 8 threes. Big man Ryan Kalkbrenner was a rebound shy of his first double-double of the season, as he had 14 points on 6-7 shooting. The Blue Jays will need to be careful in taking Arizona State too lightly and looking ahead to their next opponent, rival and 9th-ranked Villanova. Our first betting advice is to pick Arizona State Sun Devils +7. Greg McDermott's squad comes into the weekend slotted at number 60 in the latest KenPom rankings, following their 8-2 start. The Blue Jays have scored at an adjusted rate of 108.1 points per 100 possessions for the season, 53rd in the NCAA. Creighton sports an effective field goal percentage of 54.5%, 41st in the country, and it has shot a healthy 58.2% from 2-point range, good for the 10th best mark in the NCAA. Our second betting advice is to pick under 136.5. Memphis vs Alabama. Alabama kicked off the year with 4 wins before losing in an upset 72-68 to Iona. Since then the Tide have returned to form. The last 4 games have been victories over Drake, Miami, Florida, Gonzaga, and Houston. Memphis has indeed fallen on hard times, and they're clearly a team that's better than their record indicates. But this Alabama team is surging with all sorts of confidence right now. They dropped 91 points on the Gonzaga Bulldogs and sent them packing with a loss before going blow for blow and ultimately outlasting the Houston Cougars. Over on the Memphis side, their year started with wins over Tennessee Tech, North Carolina Central, St. Louis, Western Kentucky and Virginia Tech. Since then it's been losses to Iowa State, Georgia, Ole Miss and Murray State in succession. In the Friday matchup versus Murray State, Memphis jumped out to a 40-26 halftime lead. The Tigers were outscored 48-32 from there in a 74-72 defeat. Tyler Harris topped the team on 15 points with 4 assists. The Crimson Tide is averaging 58.3% shooting from 2-point range. They have multiple playmakers that aren't afraid to put the ball on the floor and attack the heart of the Tigers' defense. This is the toughest opponent Memphis has seen all season. It's also a well-rounded opponent that's capable of running up the scoreboard but also coming away with the key defensive plays that end up winning games. Back on Saturday versus Houston, the Tide scored 44 points in the first half and 39 more in the second to eke out an 83-82 thriller victory. Alabama's Juwan Gary led the team on 19 points, and Jaden Shackelford added 18 points with 8 boards. Our first betting advice is to pick Alabama Crimson Tide -3. There's a permanent rain cloud hanging overhead of the Memphis Tigers right now. They just can't seem to catch a break in games. After winning their first 5 games to open the season, they have descended into a maddening downward spiral of 4 straight losses. At least 3 of those losses were decided by no more than 2 possessions. But can they flip the script on the Crimson Tide? Can they actually win this game on Tuesday? They have size in the front court to give Alabama problems. The team is averaging 59.1% shooting within the arc on their home floor this season. So they'll be looking to bully the Crimson Tide and try to win on the boards. That's obviously easier said than done against an Alabama team averaging 42.2 rebounds per game. Their guards are feisty at the rim, and they seemingly always find a way to come up with a critical rebound or turnover when it really matters. Our second betting advice is to pick under